Thank you very much. Let's pick up where you just left off. Um, If I read the test results correctly, we are getting worse, not better. Is that right, as a country? Let's take
true.
reading fourth grade.
That is true.
Oh, okay. So the Department of Education is failing. I mean, as it's currently structured, it fails because the purpose of the Department of Education is to improve America's scoring, our collective American scoring, and we'll talk about reading in the fourth grade in a second, is to actually improve education, right? So when we spend 20% more than we did a few years ago, we would expect like a 20% improvement in test scores, a little improvement in test scores. No, we actually get a decrease in test scores. I'll just want to remind people that the best example of American education are our private universities, right? I mean, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, you go down the list. They're all private. We're demonizing privatized education. We're demonizing private education, which is actually the crown jewel of the American system, are our private universities. This is a little bizarre. If we wanted to create an uneducated electorate, we'd juice up the Department of Education because it's actually winding down the education. If you look at test scores, look objective. You know, it's been years since we put the NAEP in place. Let's just look at the trend lines. If you wanted to create an uneducated electorate, you would continue doing exactly what we're doing. Because we have schools in Baltimore City where we spend an inordinate amount of money that have zero reading proficiency, like zero. Oh, but they spend $57,000 on cell phones from the ESSER, the ESSER funds during the pandemic. So they had money to buy cell phones for administrators, but not to actually improve scores. I don't know. I think we have a horrible record in this country of failing our children. And, you know, the thing that, well, states can't pick up the tab. Oh, no. The federal government can't pick up the tab because we're running a $2 trillion deficit. And as I remind my colleagues frequently, sound like a broken record, we had a Moody's downgrade last week. And they basically said we have to stop federal spending, large S. And I think you pick the department that is an abject failure and you go, look, we got to stop spending. You either make it better or you stop. And I don't care if you could block grant, maybe the states know how to do it better. Clearly, Washington does not know how to do it better. That's just my opinion. Charter schools are great. As you know, and I'm sorry I'm late, I missed part, we're negotiating this little reconciliation bill. And it does include, for the first time, a federal voucher program. Now, I would advocate that charter schools are okay, but in some states like mine, the public school system has a stranglehold on charter schools, and they look, in the end, mostly just like public schools, and perform only a little bit better. But the voucher program, I think, and the gentlelady from Louisiana is absolutely right, I think that's the answer, is always competition. That is what makes America great. That's what makes almost every aspect of America great is competition. I will ask you about the Mississippi miracle, and I want you to describe it and how important it is that we actually convince all the states to do what Mississippi did because of its tremendous improvement in test results. As a result, Madam Secretary, if you could explain the Mississippi miracle. And I'm sorry, maybe you did already, but if not,
I didn't.
Please explain
And I'm
it.
happy to. The Mississippi Miracle was really about their reading program. What they did was return to basics. What they've done in Louisiana, what Texas is now looking at, what other states are looking at too, and that is the returning to the science of reading. I did talk about that a little bit earlier, the science of reading, which is getting back to phonetics and teaching the way that students learn to read better in the beginning. And we are seeing incredible improvements. Mississippi Miracle, I think Mississippi was number 3 from the bottom in terms of their proficiency in reading, and through this program that they launched, they've come up to number 20, maybe a little higher by now. But that was a huge jump.
And
that
my
is just
understanding,
being,
Madam Secretary, if I could just remind everyone, the miracle was they didn't do social promotion on reading. You had to learn to read
yes.
when you left the 3rd grade because the studies are pretty clear. The STAR study in Tennessee, pretty clear. If you don't read by the end of the 3rd grade, forget it. Everything beyond there requires reading skill. You will fail in the rest. And I'm sorry I interrupted you if you
No,
want.
but that's exactly right. And as I said earlier, up through 3rd grade, you're learning to read, and beyond that, you're reading to learn. Yeah. And you're right. You cannot be successful if you cannot read.
Yeah, and our current policy just condemns, unfortunately, frequently, inner-city youth to a life that is, we condemn them to a life where they can't read, and because they can't read, they won't succeed like everyone else does. So I congratulate you for your efforts, Madam Secretary, and I yield back.
Thank you.